I believe we are live.
We are.
Uh,
That's good.
um,
And you haven't had
Discord
dinner yet.
says waiting for stream.
Okay. One moment, please, while we get connected to all of our platforms.
Okay. YouTube shows live.
Okay.
Rumble still shows waiting for stream.
Rumble, rumble.
Don't do this to me tonight, Rumble. Oh my god, not today.
It's okay.
There's a lot of work to go into this shit.
I
It
know
shows we
that.
have people watching in Rumble. There it goes. Now it's showing we're live. Okay. We are officially good.
Good
I
evening,
think.
everybody. We think we're good. We think we're not sure.
Thinking's
Today,
being sure
yeah,
is overrated.
right. Today is Thursday, September the 11th, 2025. If you weren't with us earlier, we had a special from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the channel where we reviewed some information regarding a school shooting and Charlie Kirk's. What am I missing, Crazy B? What was the first thing we did? I
We actually
remember.
covered 9/11. Today
Oh,
is the 24th
9/11. Thank you.
anniversary for
Duh.
9/11.
Thank you. Then we did the school shooting. Then we went into Charlie Kirk.
Yes.
So today is, this evening is part 2 of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. If we do not cover all of the material that we have prepared, we will continue special programming into tomorrow from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We appreciate everybody that's been with us. We appreciate everybody's support, particularly Blue Rose, who is providing some uh, additional content for us to use immediately that we're then able to go out and confirm on other sources. We have Art has been helping, Vanilla,
Quite a
anybody.
few.
Yes, quite a few people. If I'm missing anybody, I apologize.
It's not
Uh,
on purpose.
yeah, it's not deliberate. Crazy B and I have been a little bit crazy trying to pull everything together. As you can imagine, today is an emotional time. It's the 24th anniversary of 9/11. Then there was the school shooting in Colorado that the majority of mainstream media missed, that we were able to pick up and cover. So that happened within the hour of Charlie Kirk being shot. Uh, and then we went into uh, some information regarding the
Hey
death
Arby,
of
hey
Tim.
Art,
Yeah,
hey Blue Rose. Sorry, I
yeah,
didn't mean to cut
that's
you off. I
okay.
just
That's fine. Hi,
my
Arby. Hey,
brain.
Blue. Hi, Art. Glad that you guys came back this evening. We appreciate it. Again, we appreciate everybody's help and comments, both in the chat and commenting out on YouTube, as well as particularly in the Discord or
Yeah,
direct
I got
email.
that video from Vanilla Pie that he sent over with the conspiracy thing going on. I
Mm-hmm.
was able to edit the music out so we won't get hit with the copyright.
That's cool. That's great. So,
And I'm sure there's something I missed on the to-do list between the videos. I am absolutely 100% sure. Um, I just can't remember what the hell it was.
well, we'll go through it, and what we missed, we'll just pick up either later or we can always cover it tomorrow. But again, we appreciate everybody. It is a solemn day. Uh, it's for me. It's an emotional day. It brings back 9/11. Brings back a lot of memories.
Yes, it does.
Watching that on TV, watching the people jump out of buildings to save their lives. Uh, we have a friend that their son was killed in the towers when it went down.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty. When you hear him talk about his son, it's pretty. It's a pretty emotional tale to listen to it.
I
Uh,
saw a video of his daughter meeting him at one of the news stations, and she loves her daddy.
mm-hmm.
Like the joy in her voice as she ran to hug him
Mm-hmm.
tells you everything about what kind of father he was.
Mm-hmm. It's just unbelievable. So fortunately, we didn't cry during the first portion, but the second portion I can't guarantee. Yesterday was kind of emotional. Uh, so we'll see. There's been tears, there's been anger, there's been call to action.
Thank you, Lord Sterling. Sorry he popped in. I'm not sure if he's going to be staying long, but thank you for
Yeah.
stopping in.
Hi, Lord Sterling. Thank you for being here. We appreciate your support more than you know. Um, and I wish I could stay up past 9 p.m., but 5 a.m., 6 a.m. rolls around to make baby bottles way too quick.
Yep.
Um, but I am thoroughly disgusted with the right. I just, as we continue throughout this evening, and tomorrow's episodes, you'll see some things. I really don't know where to go. I'm tired of hearing vote them out. Voting just doesn't seem to be doing its trick. And yeah, you might
Yeah,
get one.
well, that's pretty much the only real solid legal way we have to remove them from office right now.
Mhm. Well, what about impeachment? I mean, isn't there? I mean, we keep hearing, and I'm going to call out the General Assembly. We keep hearing that the General Assembly has the right to go in and do whatever. But I don't know, Crazy B. It doesn't
They
seem like.
claim they don't have enough people, which does make sense.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a lot of people. But again, I don't know. See, this is where I'm so frustrated because I don't have time to dig through law books and dig through archives on that level when
Mm-hmm.
we're trying to keep up with this and then our appointments and the kids and the house. Um, I'm burned out by the
I
time I'm done.
I know. I told you by the time the baby leaves, I come in and collapse on the bed and I'm like a zombie and go, just what the heck happened in the last 8 hours, 7 hours?
Irby says there has to be a political will for things like impeachment. Who you gonna impeach? All of them,
Mm-hmm.
every single one of them. House of Representatives, Senate, everything in between.
They all
Impeachment
gotta
only
go.
applies to president and vice president. Senators or Congress have to be recalled. Okay, and that's at a state. So
I
we'd have
knew
to
there was
petition
some,
our state to
yeah.
recall them. It
I knew
wasn't
there was some,
impeachment
yeah.
recall.
I
Sorry.
didn't know what it was. I apologize for the wrong terminology. I knew there was
Oh,
something you could do to them. Okay, so
I
just like,
didn't know the terminology either
yeah,
because my
well,
brain
then,
today.
yeah, let's just pretend they're like a car, right? And their tires are recalled or there's something wrong with the engine.
They're a
These,
lemon.
yeah, we got lemons and they need to be recalled. I'm sick of it. I honestly, I've tried various things that I know how to do and just it's you can't get anywhere. So I don't know the answer to these questions. And
I know it seems like no matter what we do, we cannot win.
mm,
And again, My days, like, I'm on 3 hours of sleep right now, doing all kinds of research and all this other stuff. I don't have time to be digging in further archives because I'm busy trying to get all this info out to you guys, helping with Dee's help. I don't want to make this sound like it's just me, but I'm coming from my perspective. Um, this is, we're both doing so much work. There's no way we have time, especially with, like you said, we said our families. You've got more stress than even I do because you have a baby thrown in the mix. I'm trying to get my adult children jobs and get them established in life and everything, guiding them through the processes. I mean, it could be another year before I have enough time to start digging through law archives and stuff to draw up legal motions, to help draw up legal motions against these people. So, hey guys, we're live. Set it up in the kitchen and then bring me a plate. Pretty please. And so they don't listen.
Oh, he just called me.
Oh my lord. Can y'all take it out there?
I mean, it whatever you think of the podcast, good, bad, or indifferent, we spend a lot of time trying to pull together the information that we have. We try to get at least two sources as a confirmation, if not more. And this is just the information that's brought to you. It doesn't include the information that isn't even discussed or isn't even brought forward, or we
Mm-hmm.
share it between one another or whatever. It might be something we just say, and bypass, or there's subject matter that's sitting out there. We have projects yet that we have to complete that we just haven't gotten to because it's been so chaotic. And we've considered not bringing current events and just going maybe perhaps project based, or every time we say we're going to do a combo of current and project, that never seems to work out. So there's
Well, this was a current that had to be addressed. This is
exactly
something that, we couldn't just let go. But
right.
we are digging deep into it. We're not just saying, oh, poor them. We are bringing forth a lot of sources and stuff that have unique opinions or different opinions. We're not trying to have the same thing over and over. Like you saw earlier today, I I'd quit repeating the stuff about the bounty, the reward out there, and the repetitive things about his history, starting turning point. I'm going to skip over the stuff we already have gone over like a million times because we don't need to go over that even more and waste time on it. We just are bringing the absolute current parts. Because, y'all need to be around and you get bored hearing the same thing like a repetitive machine. So, and we have a really interesting conversation going on in the chat. I don't know if you saw this, D,
No, I didn't.
between Art and Arby about, what happens if you recall them instead of just electing someone different in another year. Um, Not advocating anything. I'm just, this isn't Fed posting. Okay, thank you, RB. Even on a state level, you only have so much power with voting. Art says you have to recognize you can only vote for the president, two senators, and one congressman. You don't control anybody else, and most are happy with their people or don't care enough to change them.
Mm-hmm.
Very true. Um, so yeah. And oh, by the way, you can impeach lifetime appointed judges. Well, at least the president and Congress can. So um, there's that. But yeah, this is the frustrating part. I mean, in order to recall a politician, you have to prove what they are doing is against the will of the majority of the voters. That means petitions, time, money, stuff we don't have. And I'm so fed up with this. It's like, that's why I'm putting this out there. If someone's got time to put into this, got money to put into this, please do. I'm begging you. I really am. I'm hoping that you guys don't feel there is no hope as long as you have time and money you can put into this. I beg of you to do so. Any rich people in the chat, have at it. I can only point you in the right direction. Sorry, me going on a tangent here. I'm going to stop. This world is messed up. D, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Um, do you want to jump in or should we?
Just go ahead,
Anything
get
else?
started. No, that's okay.
I know we're both exhausted at this point today. Okay, so first up, you sent this over. Can everyone see it okay?
Can you enlarge it at all?
Yes, I can.
Do you want ranch?
Is that better?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
better.
So, um, according to this, the Secret Service and New York PD Counterterrorism Task Force have a manhunt underway for a person who has made threats against President Trump and who is attending the game at Yankee Stadium tonight. Um, I know you found this. What are your
That came
thoughts on
from
it?
Blue. Yeah, that came from Blue.
Oh, it came from Blue Rose.
Yeah,
Well, your thoughts?
just another crazy person out there. I mean, we said this before, they want him dead. There's another one. I mean, what lengths are they going to go to try to assassinate him again?
I know.
It's a damn shame
It's scary.
that everywhere he goes, he has. I mean, I don't know how you function under that type of threat,
That is a
day in and
person who
day
is
out.
built on a whole new level of amazing that I
Mm-hmm.
could never be.
Mm-hmm.
I can at least acknowledge that. I am not built that way.
I mean, even when I think of Brett Kavanaugh, he looks like a you know like he wouldn't be able to defend himself. Who knows? I don't know, but
I'm
the
sure he has guns in his house.
yeah, the threat that he faces, and all of the Supreme Court justices, the threats that they go through, it's just ridiculous.
And like we've pointed out, it's left wing politicians who aren't radical enough for their base, their constituents, are getting threats as well and
Mm-hmm.
being attacked as well.
Right. Okay, what do you got next?
Video of JD Vance helping carry Charlie's coffin. Oh, do this first and do this. No, not that. This. There we go. Here, let's watch this out. And this is sad. That's actually something that doesn't normally happen for a funeral. When I don't
Absolutely
know if that
not.
was police or military, I couldn't tell
Absolutely
from the
not.
uniform.
Right.
That's not normal. They gave him far more honors than I've normally seen.
Hmm. I told you earlier, I think that proves the closeness in the relationship between
Hmm.
his family and the Trump family.
I agree. Art says, geez, at least get the cadence. It sucks coming from a military family. I get it. But it's just, I'm glad they gave him this level of honors. In my opinion, he did deserve it. He really did. I mean, he. It's so sad. It's just so stinking sad. Um, the next one is because we have so much to go through. I'm sorry. We're going to kind of rapid fire today. I'm not gonna. It's just we've got a lot. You should see how many tabs I have open, and it's still not everything. So, um, next up, we have the Trump authorities are making progress. Dee, if you're capable of reading this, I'm going to try eating a little bit more.
Okay, and this is probably down towards the middle. This article is from CNN about, I'd say, maybe 30 minutes ago right now.
Hmm.
Um, so if you want to scroll down, we've covered, as Crazy B said, the shooters at large. One thing to note here is Trump is saying that there's a lot of progress being made, and Kash Patel himself is heading to Utah to assist with the investigation. They tracked the gunman's movements after he shot Kirk from the roof. Sources say phrases related to cultural issues were scrawled on a rifle and ammunition recovered by authorities, but a motive is not yet clear. Uh,
Supersonic bullet.
really?
Really? I need supersonic bullets.
That's
Except
great.
all bullets are pretty much supersonic. That's where you hear that. Yeah, anyways, we're going to shut up.
So now conservatives are saying they won't be silenced or intimidated by Kurt's killing. Uh, yeah, right. Uh huh. Uh, they vowed to channel their grief and anger into developing a new, younger generation of conservative politicians and activists. Fellow conservatives had said they won't be silenced or intimidated by Kirk's murder, part of a growing wave of political violence. Wow. Including two assassination attempts against President Donald Trump and other attacks on figures in both political parties. They have argued that the best way to honor Kirk's memory is to finish his work. Here's the latest update that we have.
One
Um,
second. I have bacon falling down my shirt. Bacon pizza for dinner. Sorry. There we go.
okay. They're citing that there were rapid developments in the case, although they have not yet said what they are. They did release a statement updating that there is still no suspect. Um, if you want to scroll up, Crazy B. Okay, so they have screenshots of the potential shooter. The FBI, as you note, $100,000 reward. They're analyzing the bolt action rifle. The Department of Public Safety is not providing details or further photos of the weapon or ammunition. Forensic samples are under investigation, and that they will cite and confiscate any drones that are detected in the crime scene area.
Oh, wow.
That's unusual that,
Well, so many people fly drones
yeah,
for the heck of it at these
right,
events and to get better footage
right.
makes sense.
Law enforcement has received more than 200 tips from the public so far. That's up by 70 from a little while ago.
Hmm. And
Okay.
that's it. Oh, nope,
Right.
there's more.
So, Trump stated that he heard they were making big progress in the investigation and that they'll just have to wait and see what happens. He spoke to Kurt's widow. I mean, I don't. Erica obviously is devastated. I mean, what? She's jumping up and down for joy. Really? Come on.
I don't think he
I
was that
mean,
bad of a husband.
just. I mean, this reporting. We had a long talk, and she's devastated. Trump told reporters, absolutely demonstrated, as you can imagine. Funeral plans. Trump said he plans to be on hand when a service is held for Kurt in Arizona in the coming days. Regarding his own safety, he was asked whether he was concerned about security following yesterday's assassination. Trump said not really. Protective measures have been ramped up in the wake of the shooting. The state of the country. Instead, Trump said his concern was for the nation at large, and again, without providing evidence, blamed the radical left for political violence in the country. We have a great country. We have a radical left group of lunatics out there, just absolute lunatics, and we are going to get that problem solved. I'm only concerned for the country, he said. Trump said he would encourage his supporters to follow a model of nonviolence in responding to the shooting. Now,
Nice.
does anybody know anything about Antifa, Black Lives Matter, the Summer of Love, any of? But no, that fire we just saw was peaceful protesting. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Hmm.
We all took LSD and we're just
Right.
tripping on it.
Now, this is a very interesting part. And I think there might be another story on this. But
We
his,
do later in the later in the
yeah.
episode if we get to it today.
Okay, so there's been a major impact on TV, the internet, and social platforms, and here's how. So, his killing prompted editorial decisions that needed to be made and who did what. So, TikTok, the company told CNN, it's removing videos that show close up views of the shooting and search terms like raw video footage and actual incident footage that were popping up as suggested terms. It is also deploying more measures to prevent people from unexpectedly seeing graphic footage of the incident. Meta,
Good.
also known as Facebook, the company told CNN it is applying a warning label to footage of the shooting, age gating it to people 18 and over, and
Except the
removing
ones who lie about their age and are going to see it anyways.
content that glorifies, represents, or support the incident or the perpetrator. X, formerly known as Twitter, Kurt's organization, Turning Point USA, used his personal account today to post a statement about him. Within hours, the post had been viewed 7 million times as of this writing.
Wow.
Roblox. The online gaming platform told CNN it removed more than 100 experiences or generated games as of this afternoon related to the shooting. Comedy Central. The channel said it will not air reruns of a recent South Park episode poking fun at Kurt. You can read the plot line here. Kurt had
Charlie Kirk was perfectly fine with that video.
Kurt,
He laughed at
hmm?
it.
Yeah, Kurt had reacted to it when it first aired, calling it funny and a badge of honor.
So why are they going to pull it down?
Hmm.
Why would they pull it down if he was totally in support of it?
Well,
How does that make sense?
I didn't see the episode, so I can't talk about it.
I don't watch South Park, but I still don't think they needed to pull it down. They could just leave it.
Well, I don't know what it entails, so we just talked about this. All right, I think we could move on, Crazy B. This
Okay.
article will be in the description below.
All right. Next we have oh, this is the one that I think said the name is confirmed.
Right. Uh, what we know about the shooting.
Oh, sorry, let me scroll down. Dumbass me.
Uh,
I hate that it doesn't give me a big enough window. I
yeah,
don't know why their website does this.
yeah. Investigators now have the name of the person of interest, according to three sources. Although no arrest warrant has been issued, I've been unable to find that name. Authorities posted images earlier Thursday of the person of interest and asked the public for help in identifying the individual. A law enforcement official said investigators have good video footage of the suspect and also recovered the weapon used in the shooting. So we went over everything else
Oh,
there.
JD Vance is going to fly back with the body on Air
Mm-hmm.
Force One.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Oh no, Air Force Two, not one. Air Force Two, and they're going to go back to Phoenix, Arizona, according to officials. Wow. Was there anything more in this article that we
No,
needed?
that was it. No.
Okay. Next is the yeah. um. Oh, let me share it so y'all can see it. My bad. Um. So Barack Obama is condemning the despicable violence. Now I swear that man is the reason we have race issues because he, revived it a few years back. Am I mistaken on that?
I don't believe so.
Um, do you want to read it or do you want me to?
No, go ahead.
All right. So, former President Barack Obama condemned the shooting that led to the death of conservative influencer Charlie Kirk on Wednesday. Um, we don't know what motivated the person who shot and killed Charlie Kirk, but this kind of despicable violence has no place in our democracy. Except you're trying to start a second civil war and race wars and all that shit. So Kirk was shot during a question and answer session with students, blah, 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 the usual. I'm not trying to be dismissive. We've read this. Former President Biden echoed Obama's message, saying on X, there is no place for this in our country. There is no place in our country for this kind of violence. It must end now. Except I have a feeling it was not Biden who said that, but somebody else, because that man don't know what the hell's going on.
The auto pen wrote it.
The auto pen, absolutely. Democrats echoed the condemnation. I sound like I'm in third grade again. California Governor Gavin Newsom saying the country should feel feel and then feel a deep sense of grief. They got to learn to use some kind of correct, like they're typing, their writing drives me nuts. Anyways, they should feel a deep sense of grief and outrage at this terrible violence. And I was able to find the full video of Charlie Kirk interviewing Gavin Newsom. Um, if we don't get to it, well, we won't obviously be doing the whole thing today. But if we don't get to it before the weekend, we will leave the link in the description of Friday's video, I believe. Um, so you can watch it in full.
You know what's interesting? I think somewhere in the first two new pieces that came out is they there are claims they did find a written diary from the perpetrator.
Yeah.
So
There's claims, but no
yeah,
one has
we
solid
haven't seen it
proof.
yet. Yeah, we haven't seen or heard anything about it.
So, but it's something worth keeping our eyes out for. I totally agree. We need to. Um, Vice President Kamala Harris was deeply disturbed, probably because this didn't happen before she lost the election. Sorry. That is just an assumption. That is not a fact. I am making this clear. I just put my own 2 cents in there. Um, Ignore me. Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson. This is detestable. What's happened? Um, Political violence has become all too common in American society, and this is not who we are, Johnson added. We can settle disagreements and disputes in a civil manner, and political violence must be called out and it has to stop. I agree. I absolutely agree with this.
The
It's just
the
sad
problem
that it
I
took
have is
this.
it's been going on,
I
and
know.
what has
They don't
and what
care
has
on the small level. It's only when it's someone big.
exactly.
They don't care about the people on the street. They don't care about the business owners. They don't care about any of that. It's only when it's someone they know who's famous and just as, you know, influential as they are. At least for the Democrats. A lot of the Republicans are starting to call this out, but they're not really doing anything on a federal or state level to actually stop it. So, what do you do? And we're back at square one. Um, Sorry, my frustration's showing, isn't it? Um, Crown Target says performance theater. You think we should give him an Oscar?
Hmm.
We have been since 2016 with the demonizing. It needs to stop. Political public capital punishment. Maybe something like a long walk from the Stephen King book. I was thinking a slow dip acid bath. A slow dip acid bath. D, you got any ideas that you think we should use?
The skin them alive.
Yeah, that's right. The cartel one you were talking about earlier.
Hmm. Yeah,
I think so.
somebody I know is would be really good at that.
Yep. If you're ready, for the next one.
Hmm.
All right. This is one you were livid about.
I can't.
Do you
This
want to
is
take
if I
this?
shit. This should
I know.
go
I
ahead.
haven't watched it, but I know what you mean.
Hit play, and we might have to hit play again. Go ahead.
Okay.
The chair would ask that all members present in the chamber and those in the gallery please rise for a moment of prayer for Charlie Kirk and his family. For what purpose does the gentlelady from Colorado rise? Shh. Let's, let's, wait a minute, wait a minute. The House will be in order.
Oh,
The House will be in order.
that sounded like Jasmine Crockett cussing her out.
Jasmine Crockett's mouth was there. Go ahead, play it one more time.
I'm going to skip past the
The
moment
chair
of
would ask that all
silence.
members present in the chamber and those in the gallery please rise for a moment of prayer for Charlie Kirk and his family.
Hold on. I believe right here. Oh, let me back it up. Back to.
For what purpose does the gentlelady from Colorado rise? Shh. Let's, wait a minute, wait a minute. The House will be in order. The House will be in order. Shh.
Wow.
Now, I am going to swear right now.
You feel free.
The guy just fucking was shot and killed yesterday. This was yesterday in the House of Representatives.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I'm talking about. This is leadership from the top down that fucking sucks. And you tell me when, again, somebody please, I'm still waiting, when the right has done something like this to the left. I'm waiting.
I understand. I see we have cannabis over there. Hi, cannabis.
Cannabis, I have just. This is so disturbing on so many levels. Jasmine Crockett's mouth is in there. I could not look up who the gentle lady from Colorado was because she is no fucking gentle lady. I did not want to look her name up because I couldn't.
I
Right
love RBF
after,
one. Jasmine Crackhead at her finest.
uh-huh, right after, when she should have been addressing the school shooting.
Yep.
You make sense of this. This behavior. No wonder why our children, no wonder why, it doesn't matter what age, they're out of control.
Yeah.
We have poor leadership. This
When
is
our
not
leadership
leaders.
acts like a bunch of high school freshmen, you know something ain't right.
Yeah, junior high kids.
They behave better. I
Yeah,
agree.
Jesus, Jacob behaves better at 9 years old than they do. He knows
Mine
better
too.
not to talk like that.
Oh yeah, my two. Like I've said, I've only had to slap my daughter's mouth 3 times in her almost 20 years of life. Um, and she will never call me a bitch again. She will never tell her dad to fuck off again, and she will never scream no at the top of her lungs at me again. And I didn't even have to hit her hard. It was just a tiny tap to stun her, to get her to stop and let her know that was absolutely unacceptable.
Somebody
That's why
needs
I
to go
didn't
up and
hitting my
twap.
kids often.
Yeah, somebody needs to go up and twap Jasmine Crockett.
I
I
would
mean,
gladly do it if I
how
could walk up to her.
if you don't like what is being said or the moment is silent for Charlie Kirk, shut your freaking mouth.
She
Just
didn't
sit
have
there and shut up. You don't have to say a
Bambi.
word.
If a
Don't
thumper
stand
from
up.
the Bambi.
Yeah.
If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. Oh my God, thank you, cannabis.
Oh,
He
that's awesome. Thank you very
just
much.
donated. Love you. That is awesome.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. But yeah, if she ain't got nothing nice to say, she needs to keep her damn high hole shut. We all learned this from Bambi, unless they didn't watch Bambi, because it was too traumatizing that his mama got shot. Too
Yeah, they
realistic to
yeah.
life growing up, maybe? I don't know. Part of life. But if you ain't got nothing nice to say, keep your damn pie hole shut. That's what I've told my kids. That's how well, I have a hard time keeping my pie hole shut. But I do put forth the effort. I've actually filtered myself and edited myself quite a bit.
I mean, I am shocked The man just, I don't even know if his body was cold for 2 hours or 4 hours. And
I know.
they're bitching.
Crown Target says there was a video of the UN with a similar situation
Mm-hmm.
with the moment of silence, but they were more in support of doing so.
Yes.
That's
Char-
sad when the UK is more in
yeah,
the UN.
Charlie had just been over there to debate over in, oh, what college? What's their big call? Is it Cambridge? Or is it
Uh,
the
no, no, well, Cambridge is one, and so is oh, what's the other one? It's on the tip of my tongue because I'm watching a show, A Discovery of Witches, and they are amongst these colleges, and now I can't remember the freaking name of it.
well, he was at
Um,
one of their major colleges debating the
yeah,
college students there, and they were really rough on him, and he showed
the
such
Ivy League
grace.
University.
Yes, he showed such grace with them. Um,
He is a far more patient man than
then
person
yeah.
because I can't be a patient man. I'm a
Right.
woman, but he's far more patient than I mean, I can do to a degree, but the amount of verbal abuse he took, and he was still kind.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but absolutely.
Yeah, he was. So I think that's probably why they held him in such high regard over in the UK, just for the his presence that he showed, and his positivity while he was there debating these students. I mean, they were real. Some of them were really nasty with him, and he
Oh,
just
I
kept a
know.
smile.
And
Uh,
I've seen videos where people have tried to walk off after cussing him out. He's like, hold up, come back. I want to talk." He'll bring people back. I absolutely
Eric,
support
let the
him.
dog out.
Oh,
Oops, hold on. I
Chasey's
gotta.
joining us today. Should have a picture of him available.
Do you hear me, Crazy B?
I hear you.
Crazy B.
Oh, she can't hear me, but I hear her. She'll be
Nope.
back in a moment. I'm sure she'll be right back. So, yeah, I've seen quite a few of his debates where he is just so calm, kind, and caring. The definition of what a Christian should be. He was the embodiment of what we should all be doing as Christians.
And I think I'm back.
Now you're back. Yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I was just saying that Charlie Kirk is the actual embodiment of what Christians should be.
Mm-hmm.
It is how we are supposed to treat people. It is how we're supposed to help people. That man got where he was because of his faith and the way he chose to live his life. He did was not greedy, he was not power hungry, he was not vindictive, he did not go in this with the gotcha type things. No, he literally went in with the purest of intentions. And I think that's why it's hitting me so hard. There are not enough pure intentioned people in America.
All he wanted to do was have a conversation
Hmm.
and leave you with perhaps questions that you never thought of.
Just anything to get you thinking or get him thinking from a different perspective. It wasn't about changing anyone's mind, it was just about expressing your point of view. He never once tried to demand someone change their opinion. I never heard him say that.
Mm-mm.
I've heard him say, "You're wrong, and here's the proof." Never heard him call names, never heard him cuss at them, like actually at them. He might have cussed about a topic. I think I've heard him swear a couple of times, but nothing serious. But like you can't get a more like I'm not even like I try to live my life like that. To be fair, honest, open, kind, loving, compassionate. This is just we don't have enough of him. Why take him when we need so many more?
Right, and who is going to fill his shoes?
Well, no one person could. I'm sorry. I don't think any one person could. Again, I don't usually go like fangirl or anything on anybody, and that's not what I'm doing here. I am simply pointing out there are not enough people like him. And oh, I mean, everybody's going to have to step up all at once to fill his shoes. There is no one person who can do it. I don't know a single person who can reach the youth the way he did. I mean, he's been doing this since he was in high school.
Since he was 18.
No, that's when he started Turning Point.
Right.
He was involved as a volunteer in local political stuff when he was still a student in high school. Just yeah, this is think is where my heart breaks is because we don't have enough people like him. We need more. Anyways, before I start tearing up, um, next one is this is actually covering some students from Southern California College, what their perspective was on this. And I was actually quite shocked at some of the responses, which is why I decided to share it. So here we go.
We continue to follow breaking news. Authorities are searching for a new person of interest following the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. He was speaking at a Utah college event when he was shot and killed. Kirk was known for rallying young Republican voters. Charlie Kirk's biggest impact was on college campuses. He visited several in California last spring. KCAL News reporter Nicole Comstock spoke to UC Riverside students about Kirk's death.
College campuses were his forum of choice. In fact, Charlie Kirk just made a stop at UC Riverside in May for his American Comeback Tour, where he talked about conservative values with his supporters.
And those things will bless your marriage from the devil who tries to undermine it and usurp your holy union.
I love it. Thank you, Charlie.
God bless you, man.
I think America needs a revival right now. That's what I think.
Praise the Lord.
And debated with students offering different political viewpoints.
How can you call yourself an American patriot when the Supreme Court ruled 9-0 that the deportation was unlawful?
Because a MS-13 gang member, wife-beating, child-abusing foreign citizen was sent back to his country of origin pretty easily.
Kirk's Turning Point USA website says the events were always in the spirit of open inquiry and free speech to debate conventional narratives promoted, he said, by leftist academia. But some students argue the intent was to provoke them into making emotionally charged responses.
That was not his intent.
Allow him or her, I'm sorry, I don't mean to misgender you, to talk. So, wow.
I feel like he kind of tried to enrage people.
It's almost meant for chaos, and it's I don't want to see a bunch of people arguing.
Students we spoke with say they didn't believe it when they saw that Kirk was assassinated.
You notice he said arguing, not debating or talking. He instantly used the word argue. Why? Why would he go to that word? I don't get why they would go to the word argue. Is that because it was taught that way? Maybe some people are just easily upset. That's true. I wonder if it's just being taught that way. Cannabis, if you don't want to see the arguing, why the hell did you go? Safe spaces. Yep, guys. And this is where people have to have this discourse in order to learn to cope with society when they're adults. They are self-admitting their emotional instability. Dee, you got any thoughts on this one?
Just terminology that, for the same reason we hear Trump was enraged, Charlie was an extreme right wing activist. All of the key words to evoke emotion, usually from a negative connotation, to enrage or incite the opposite side or the same side. Depends on what you're going to use it for.
So you think they're using this strong words as propaganda and the kids have just gotten used to
Exactly.
picking it up?
Exactly. And they're not gonna take a step back and say or look at it critically because we don't teach critical thinking from high
Or
school on
coping
up,
skills.
and coping skills. Correct.
All right. It's just, again, it's not an argument. It's a debate. An argument infers that there's much stronger emotion than the intention of just a conversation. One person's arguing, the other person is staying calm. So that's an interesting. I like what you're thinking, though. It's all propaganda usage.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get through this. There's only another minute left.
Assassinated at a different college campus event in Utah. They say their generation has seen far too much political violence, and while they hope people can find common ground, they doubt it.
You can pray, but I feel like it's kind of not going to happen.
Yeah.
People are too ignorant. Both sides, no matter who you are.
Like more recently, there's been like a huge amount of political violence, and I know people are definitely like torn about that, whether it's right or wrong. I mean, at the end of the day, it is like violence. Like, none of it's going to be right.
Kevin Esterling is a political science chair and professor at UCR.
I think it'll be sobering for students and maybe get them to think about how they engage, how we engage each other, how we talk to each other. The respect that we have for each other.
He says this campus had safety concerns about Kirk's visit here back in May and cautioned students.
But what was amazing was when the event actually happened, it was actually almost like a festive atmosphere and students were engaging him. But none of our concerns were realized.
Reporting in Riverside, Nicole Comstock, KCAL News.
You know it's bad when they even have to admit that it's time to reflect on how we engage each other.
It should have been taught all along.
It should have.
And as a professor, for him to say now we need to do this,
It should have been.
he's failed his students.
If he's just realizing this and they are, he's definitely failed them. And this is again, words are word, actions are actions, and events are just events. Your recreation of these things is determined by your interoperations of them. And that's true. You got a good philosophy point there on a philosophical level. It is true. And some people will use this to hate the right even more and inspire more violence. They are inspired to be that violent person, but you will see others are starting to rethink their position. The schools and parents are at fault. I absolutely agree. Parents needed to step up more. Yeah. We all know my stance on that. So, yeah. Man, this is tough. Um, we have a Jesse Waters video now. Let me pause, back it up, enlarge this sucker, and hit play so we can hear what's going on. This is that FBI dude that you sent.
I think this assassination, different than the assassinated attempt back in Butler, Pennsylvania, was a very well planned very well orchestrated plot that was put in motion days before. And this individual had a plan of escape to elude detection of being out up on a rooftop and also being able to evade and elude law enforcement after that shot was taken. When you take a look at what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania, Crooks came onto the venue. He left the venue. He came back. He was questioned. I mean, it was really an amateur scenario. This assassination of Charlie Kirk, to me, is indicative of a professional hit. And I'm not so sure that we are going to quickly be able to apprehend this individual without some luck, hopefully.
When you say professional hit, what do you mean by that exactly? Do you mean one shot, one kill, escape, already planned and at large? It looks clean, yes, but could this be done by anybody with any sort of basic training?
Well, when you take a look at the video and you take a look at the venue and the spectators and how close they are to Charlie Kirk, and then you have that kind of like umbrella over him, that kind of tent, you have to know that this shooter had to be perched in a position with respect to being able to lay his sights perfectly, basically a headshot. And the shot that was taken to immediately incapacitate Charlie Kirk. And so this was not some amateur who just, got up on a rooftop because it was, what I consider spontaneous combustion. He got up this morning and decided he was going to do something crazy. This seems the earmark of a professional that got up onto this rooftop well in advance of the venue being occupied by the spectators. He was clearly undetected. There was no indication that anybody saw him up on this rooftop. Obviously, after that one single shot was taken, he was able to basically very quietly and systematically elude any further detection and escape. There's been no indication that there's been a vehicle identified or any mode of how he actually escaped the venue. And so to me, this is someone who had some experience, some level of sophistication to have mapped out exactly how this was going to go down.
Like we talked earlier today about this, I still think it could have been in anybody with, like Art was even saying, with decent planning skills. And this event's coming, sometimes months in advance. I don't know if this guy is right at this point.
Well, we just need to provide all the theories right now that
Yep.
are out there. So this happens to be one of them. I would hope that this gentleman knows his job as a special FBI agent. And what they show the public or not show the public are two different things. So there may be
That's true.
information and intel that they have that they're not sharing with us. So, he may have an in on some of it.
That is also a true statement.
For example, there were some stories that were leaked to CNN that they said were credible. And
same with Steven Crowder.
Yeah, and it came in from multiple police sources. Why does it have to be multiple police sources? Where's the spokesperson? Why do they have, police officer A and FBI agent B? And, is it a deliberate attempt for misinformation? Because one's saying one thing, the other's saying another. Are they confirming that they have the same information? And is that even the right information?
What if they leaked too soon and it was wrong,
right?
And now everyone looks like a dumbass?
Mm-hmm. So this, I don't think he would have come on unless he probably had some information, and if not, He was probably basing it off of his years of experience, which I'll give him his credit due there. But this was
True.
more, yeah, this was more or less providing another alternative just for you to think about. That was it a potential professional hit, or was it just, you know, the guy didn't like him? He didn't like his shirt he had on that day. We don't know yet. But as I said, they claim that they have found his diary. So that's the other thing that I find odd about all of this, the number of people that leave behind diaries, manifestos, papers, whatever. I don't know.
It's been a Actually, someone on my Discord server in the DMs asked me, why do they call it a manifesto? I'm like, well, it's just been used for decades
Mm-hmm.
that they call it a manifesto. And, it's their delusions of grandeur that they leave behind because they think that they, in their act,
It's
is
so
going to
important.
change the entire world.
Yep. And
So,
meanwhile,
mental illness.
and the majority of the time it's not shared. So go figure.
Art just basically said what I said. Odds are it's some lone nut who figures he's saving the world.
Mm-hmm.
Delusions of grandeur. Absolutely. All right. Next on our list is um, MSNBC. Oh, yes, they fired that dude. Um, do you want to read this one?
You can go ahead.
All right. So MSNBC fires political commentator hours after unacceptable Charlie Kirk comments. Thank God. Um, MSNBC fired senior political analyst Matthew Dowd on Wednesday after he made wildly criticizing comments about the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, according to multiple reports. Speaking after the shooting, but before it was reported Kirk had died, MSNBC host Katie Tur asked Dowd about the environment in which violence such as this could take place. He's been one of the most divisive, especially divisive young figures in this, who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech, sort of amid certain group. Dowd said of Kirk, adding, and I always go back to hateful thoughts leading to hateful words, which then lead to hateful actions. And I think that's the environment we're in. You can't stop these sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place. And that's what's the unfortunate environment we're in. Wow. He really has never watched a Charlie Kirk video. Just going to point that out. His comments were condemned online, especially by figures on the right, causing MSNBC to trend on X amid growing call for Dowd to be fired. This is also the jackass who said that it was just some supporter celebrating by firing off his gun. That was what killed Charlie Kirk. Same jackass. They don't call that statement out as wrong, but they are calling out the rest of it. So they're apologizing for his statement. She said in a statement released online, there is no place for violence in America, political or otherwise, except y'all are perfectly fine with people burning entire cities to the ground. Oh, oh my God. Dowd was a chief strategist for George W. Bush in 2004, his reelection campaign. He also apologized for his tone and words shortly after the broadcast. He wrote on Blue Sky let me be clear, I in no way intended for my comments to blame Kirk for this horrendous attack. It was in the wording. How does that? Mm, Yeah, this is the same jackass.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even read any further because it's just going to piss me off. Y'all can see it, and if not, there will be a link in the description when we're done. I can't believe. Are you as pissed about
So,
that bullshit?
well, so it's gone from the House to mainstream media. And that is only the beginning. Van Jones, Don Lemon, the
Yeah.
comments that were made the same day. Go ahead and do a Google search. And I hope you all were pissed off as I am.
Something's got to change. That's all I know. I can't. Dude, really? Two words be cognitive dissonance.
Mm-hmm. There's a
You
friend
are
that
so right, Art.
there's a friend in Germany that I've gotten the translation of it. I haven't looked at it in probably a couple years, but at the time, the way the news media works there is that in the beginning, say the first 45 minutes or the first half hour, is straight news. This is the facts. Just like Joe Friday from Dragnet. Just the facts, ma'am. Here are the facts. And
Yep.
it's that it would have been that it was Charlie Kirk, age 31, was at an event at Utah State, was shot and killed. The end.
Yep. Quit
After,
putting your opinions in.
right, after that, then they had their opinion segment. So that as a news anchor, you were not allowed to sit there and come in there with your opinions. And if anybody's watched things like Morning Joe with his wife and him and Mika, or, I mean, even take, the Saturday show from Fox News. I mean, I'll call them all out. Just why can't you report the news and then give us the commentary later? Why are you giving us the news with either lack of information? You're deliberately keeping it out so that you get your point across or your position across. It's just unacceptable.
Yeah.
Something has to
If you
change.
can't make your point with words, you're the problem. Learn to speak. Learn to communicate. Oh, this is ridiculous. All of it. Like, I don't know. The news hasn't been just the facts for probably 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
If it was just the facts, even then.
Exactly. Well, we probably knew that then too.
But we thought it was just a temporary thing because of a shock factor. But it became permanent slowly. And now it's literally just opinion pieces. That's all the news is
Mm-hmm.
opinion pieces.
I mean, it's a shame that in order to find anything that you have to try to go out and cite more than one source. And if
Yeah.
you do find something different, you always end up going down some type of rabbit hole.
Well, if they're all saying the same thing, I look where they got their information from
Right.
because I've seen news articles that were copy and paste from other news articles.
Exactly.
It's like, really? Y'all
They
could have just
would,
type it
yep.
yourself?
Mm-hmm. And then plus the clickbait titles, that drives me
which we found
absolutely.
quite a bit of.
Yes.
Yup. Oh, yes. Between YouTube and the actual news media,
Mm-hmm.
there is so much clickbait, unacceptable levels of clickbait. Art says the 24-hour cable news cycle killed actual news reporting. You have to embellish to keep the eyeballs on the screen. That's a good point. Because remember when the news was only like maybe once in the morning, once in the afternoon, once in the evening?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They could
It,
be. I do know that I'm trying to think of what channels that's all they do is do a repeat of their programming. Um, they probably don't make any money of it at it.
mhm. Are you ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you want to read this one or do you want me to?
You can go ahead.
Killing of Trump's ally lays bare America's bloody and broken politics. UK, have you looked at your own? What happened in Germany? How many was it? I think we're up to 16 politicians from the same party, all died of natural causes within a week of each other.
Mm-hmm.
What? Yeah, you guys want to talk about our bloody politics? Maybe grab a mirror. Anyways, they're breaking down the shooting in polite detail. Kirk in the past had warned of what he said was the threat of violence from his critics, of which he had many, given his provocative style of conservatism. What did he do that was provocative?
That is the crazy part.
And yeah, the BBC is state funded, but that's why we're covering it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
Precisely why.
on the information that has been provided, you're seeing articles that lean right, lean left, and are center. So if there's an article that you feel or a video that you feel a certain way about, I suggest you go and Google or go to YouTube or go out onto X and do a search to find out additional information on the subject matter. And trust me, you'll find what you might be looking for. Um, but we're trying to give you an in-depth, all around, everybody making comments, statements that are pertaining to this situation.
Vanilla Pie with his wonderful sarcasm. Here's the fact, it's all just a coincidence, I am sure.
Mm-hmm.
Questioning the social norms is considered provocative these days? Yeah, according to them, but you can't make a meme about another religion or culture without going to jail. So, and you can't defend yourself against an attack on the street without going to jail. And oh yeah, you got to have a ID to buy a damn butter knife.
Well, I also have for later, probably, I don't know, 2 weeks from now, we'll get to it. There's two sheriffs. I won't tell you who is who. One sheriff, and this is in the United States, and one sheriff says if there's a home invasion, do not engage with whoever is entering your home. The other
Yeah,
sheriff says if somebody does a home invasion on your home, feel free to shoot them dead.
yeah.
Now, go figure. So we have opposites here in the country that we can't even agree to. You have a home invasion, somebody is breaking into your home, potentially going to kill your family, and we're supposed to just dial 911 and wait. Okay. Make that make
Yeah,
sense?
it doesn't work that way.
Mm-mm.
Um, Two different cultures in one land won't end well. Yep, unless they assimilate, and a lot of people don't like that. Um,
And the
this just
problem is we have more than two different cultures in the country.
Yeah, our country has
Yes.
got multiple cultures, but
We have.
a good portion of the country actually did come here, assimilate, and did things the proper way. It's the ones who came illegally and skirted the process and don't give a shit about fitting in that are the problem. And I said good portion, not mostly, or the majority. I used good portion for a reason because I don't have stats on the exact percentage. Um, the police are only minutes away when seconds count. Shit, the last time I needed the
Mm-hmm.
cops to show up, it was 3 hours because a damn house exploded. And all hands were running to that house and helping get the fire out and making sure everybody was okay. For some reason, they needed the whole damn police department. But again, Second Amendment rights. Thank you, founding fathers. Much appreciated. I'm trying to get past what they've already talked about, what we've already covered. Um, they're kind of going through the gun violence. A
Oh,
hammer
and
wielding
trust me,
assailant
yeah,
broke into the home of Nancy Pelosi.
yeah, that's when Paul got hit by his supposed lover.
I still think that's the case.
Mm-hmm. But you
Welby,
know,
they
this
only
is good.
get
Between
there
this
in
and the
time to
school
draw the
shooting,
choke.
yeah, between this and the school shooting, it's going to bring up further gun reform.
And here's their opinion: violence begets violence. Increasingly divisive rhetoric fueled by social media echoing chambers and easy access to firearms leads to raw nerves and heightened potential for bloodshed. There Easy access? Do you know what the hell I have to go through to purchase a gun? That is not easy access. I cannot just go to Walmart, pick a gun up off the shelf, and go to the register and get it. That shows you how much the BBC really knows about our laws. There is no state where you can just walk into a Dollar General, pick up a gun, because they don't even sell guns at Dollar General. Your stores have to be licensed to sell guns. Then you got to pass a federal background check and a state background check. Then you have to go and wait 24 hours, even after that, to get your gun. Like, mm-mm, mm-mm. That's how little they know of our actual laws. And I'm a gun owner. I own multiple guns. I can tell you the process. It's not easy. It is not willy-nilly pick up whatever gun you want off a grocery shelf. They are behind counters and locked display cases. Oh my God, these people are so stupid over there. And that's in my state, it's actually considered easy because I'm in a constitutional carry. Go to a Democrat state like New York or California and see what you got to do. Like, I know it's a state opinion thing. I know, Crown. I know. Sorry. I get wrapped up in the BS. Thank you. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Oh, here's that video of them erupting during a moment of silence. It was after the moment of silence, but okay. Change it up. make it more complicated. Trump in a video address from the Oval Office, posted on his Truth Social website Wednesday night, called the killing a dark moment for America. But he wasted little time in blaming the radical left. And I agree, we still have no proof it was radical left. That is an assumption. We are making the assumption. We have no solid proof right now. I think it might be a little too early.
Mm,
I know it all points
I
that way,
don't
and it
know. I
has been
think the
the
bullets and the
I
guns say it all.
and the consistency of the routine, the shooters of the last couple years. I know, but benefit of the doubt, innocent till proven guilty. That's where I stand with. I don't like jumping the
I'm
gun.
going out on the limb.
I know and the thing is it's probably right. He's probably right. Is the sad thing, and it shouldn't be that way. It should not be that way. So
If
blame the
they would have
radical.
perhaps stopped the Summer of Love and Antifa and
They
Black Lives
wouldn't feel
Matter,
emboldened.
or if they would have stopped all the illegal immigration and the violence that has happened because of it, all of the theft, the thousands of dollars that are being spent uh, by shop owners, by, ordinary citizens. It's just sheer madness.
Yep. Um, I'm reading this as you were chit chatting in there. This stands out to me. The way they perceive this, it is time within the confines of the law to infiltrate, disrupt, arrest, incarcerate all those who are responsible for this chaos, says conservative activist Christopher Rufo on X. And then when you come down here, many Republicans and no, it was up here. It's like those comments are sure to be welcomed by those on the right who, in the hours after the shooting, called for a crackdown on left wing groups. I want to crack down on all radicals, right and left. Just, y'all, you don't got to take it that far. It's not that serious. I mean, we can talk. Talking is efficient and more effective. Um, let's see what else is being said. Many prominent Republicans and Democrats, including potential 28 presidential contenders, lined up to condemn political violence and call for a cooling of the rhetoric. Yeah, but they look. Remember when we did the corrupt politicians, Maxine Waters, and
Mm-hmm.
all them? Was that a call for the cooling of the rhetoric?
I don't think so. When you see somebody say something, how many Republicans couldn't go into a restaurant that were stopped and
And
told to
still,
please leave, and they're still told? JD
there are
Vance
there are
was, yeah.
there's actually been some businesses that openly admitted that there are signs on their door that if you voted for Trump, you're not welcome
Yeah,
there. Go
don't
somewhere
enter.
else.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that in my town because no one in my town is that stupid. I mean, there might be a few people, but they're not the ones that own businesses and stuff. I think there's one person in town with more bumper stickers on their back of their car than they have paint. And it's support everything to the point that I think some of them contradicted each other.
Mm.
So I think I've only seen one person in town with a vehicle like that. The rest of them, mostly sane. It's like, even if they don't like Trump, I have not seen too much in our town to suggest that it would be anything of extremism one way or the other in our town. And our town's pretty balanced with right and left, and they can tolerate each other. but I think it's mostly because they're all sane. Um, I'm seeing if there's anything we haven't covered. We covered the governor. He said in emotional remarks during a press conference, Governor Spencer Cox, who has frequently spoken out against overheated political rhetoric and political divisiveness, described a nation soon to celebrate the milestone anniversary of its founding that is broken. Is this it? He asked. Is this what 250 years wrought upon us? I pray this is not the case. And historically speaking, America is young. Most countries in Europe have had multiple civil wars and revolutions in their span of history. Just think about how young we are compared to England, France, Greece, Rome, and Italy. We're babies on the world stage. Who the hell? Oh, okay, sorry. I had a bunch of dinging and the background. It was like really confusing to me for a second. Um, but yeah, historically speaking, I think we have a lot of growth to do, and this is just part of a historical pattern. I don't know what you think. I don't know what the audience thinks, but that's where I stand on it.
Go ahead, keep going.
Oh, that's it. All right, let's get back to the top. Um, Next is the social media um policy changes that we discussed earlier and brief. Is this going to be large enough? Yes. You want me to do it or you got this one?
I can read it. Go ahead, scroll down. It might be redundant. Keep going down.
Oh wow, they have a lot of ads.
Yes, so Blue Sky enforces violence prevention guidelines. The shooting content through its official safety account, citing it violates community guidelines. Obviously, glorifying violence or harm violates Blue Sky's community guidelines. It said they review reports and take action on content that celebrates harm against anyone. Violence has no place in healthy public discourse, and we're committed to fostering healthy, open conversations. Meta, as we mentioned, applies violent content policies to the shooting. According to their policies, they remove the most graphic content and add warning labels to other types of content so that people are aware it may be sensitive before they click through. We restrict the ability for younger users to see content that may not be suitable or age appropriate for them. By doing so, we aim to provide an appropriate user experience while continuing to provide space for our users to express themselves. Reddit, they said that our site-wide rules prohibit encouraging, glorifying, inciting, or calling for violence.
Sorry.
We're monitoring the platform to remove violating content, including hashing to prevent its re-upload. We have also reached out to ensure moderators understand and abide not only by the Reddit rules, but also by our moderator code of conduct and understand the tools and resources available to uphold our policies. YouTube removed graphic shooting videos. Our hearts are with the Charlie Kirk family following his tragic death. We are closely monitoring the platform and prominently elevating news content on the homepage in search and in recommendations to help people stay informed. YouTube will remove some graphic content related to his death, particularly if it does not provide sufficient context for the viewers. Content showing the attack will be age restricted, preventing access by signed out viewers or users under 18. They also noted that the policies prohibit content reveling in or mocking the death or serious injury of an identifiable individual. The platform response, Discord, TikTok, and X did not immediately respond to requests for comment regarding their policies. And that would be because, why? They let
I
all
think
kind of
Discord already is
yeah,
being monitored by the
right.
feds because of all the leaked military
Mm-hmm.
stuff. I don't think they need to. TikTok already expressed it, and so did X, but to a different network, not this one.
Well, they also, TikTok is a little bit out of control with some of the stuff that has been posted and that I've seen. X to some degree, but I get that what they're trying to do. So it's a
Yeah.
hard call. Uh,
And this is again why I've been staying mostly off of it.
and I've seen too much of it.
I have too. Yeah. Sorry, someone was messaging me and I had to let them know we're in this live so they can understand why we're not why I'm not going to be chit-chatting. But yeah, and like we did read earlier, TikTok and X did give their info that TikTok is going to start pulling them down. And I will tell you from some of the comment sections, I half wonder how much is bots trying to antagonize. I really
Maybe.
wonder how much is bots.
Which they're supposed to not be using, but I guess you got to be
Yeah.
caught.
Well, no, there's some people who will just send bots out to various platforms looking for videos with certain um, keywords
Right?
in the titles and stuff or in the descriptions. And they will have the bots go there and start posting stuff that's very divisive and antagonistic.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that happen in the chat sometimes. Person I know who does not use bots, all of a sudden has a bot posting a bunch of bull in the chat. So,
Mm-hmm.
and when you call them out, all of a sudden there's no answer. They just keep posting the same BS.
Right.
So, Art says I spent several years reviewing officer involved stuff. This would probably just be another Thursday, but I have no desire to look for it. Yeah. And I'll tell you, it ain't pretty. I've watched it. For people who are desensitized, you do you. Like I said, I got but 3 hours of sleep because it bugged me so much. And again, this is just with people in general. I can handle the gore. I can handle that nonsense. What I can't handle is the loss of human life in a wasteless fashion. I get it. Someone died. Fine. I can even help clean up the mess, whatever. But when it's done in a way like this, it's unacceptable. Um, next up, We have Benny Johnson saying Charlie Kirk is an American martyr. He gave his life for God and country.
And this was a post that Charlie Kirk had posted.
I wish you would have put the date and time with it.
So do I.
Not just
Yeah.
because that could be faked very easily. And I hate when people do that. Give us a timestamp. How many likes? Oh, Blue Sky previously today had to tell its members to stop posting supporting comments about the event being quite quite radical and completely tone deaf. Wow. Sorry, I am wheezy tonight. Next we have up Megyn Kelly. This is a 14-minute video. We may not have time for the whole video, but we'll get as far as we can. Or if we get to where it's repetitive, we'll just kind of go from there. Oh, change the tab. Sorry. You can tell it's getting late and 3 hours of sleep is kicking in.
I know it's rough on you personally. How are you processing this?
I mean, we're devastated, Megyn. I'm in Northwest Ohio. I was traveling from my home in Columbus when we heard the news, but we are devastated. Just got off the phone with my wife. I was with Charlie here just 2 weeks ago here in Ohio. It actually wasn't something, broadly broadcasted, but we had some one-on-one time together, had a real heart-to-heart conversation when he was here. And even 2 days ago, was talking to him like I'm talking to you now. Spent a good part of the last year together, traveling the country, doing actually events like the one he was doing today. Intense, on college campuses. And it makes you think about what did he do that was so wrong that earned him this fate. It was to foster open conversations with young people who were hungry to figure out what they believed. And that's what he did. And I think more than anybody else I know, I really mean it when I say this, I think more than anybody else I know, he was committed to talking to people who disagreed with him. To do it openly, that was his ultimate sin. It turns out, in the twisted world we live in today. And, God blessed him with immense gifts that rarely a person might have. And what I love about Charlie is that he was not afraid to use those gifts to do what he felt was right for his country. He knew the risks he was taking. I mean, he had 2 kids. They're a little younger than mine, 2 years apart. I think around 3 and 1.
Yeah.
Were his kids' age. And he did it. I mean, those kids are going to grow up without a great father. They were kids to a great father, a great man, a great American, and they're going to grow up without him. But he took those risks for those kids so they could grow up in a country that he believed in.
Oh, that's a beautiful picture right there. Oh. That's the heartbreaking thing, is the kids, the people left behind. It really is the heartbreaking part.
Yeah, I was just talking about this. I just was talking about this the other day. On
another beautiful picture.
It was Graham Linehan, the Irish citizen who got arrested in the UK for tweets on the trans issue. Mm-hmm. And he's paid a dear price for his own outspokenness on controversial issues. And he said, not in the trite way, Vivek, but like in the way that really struck me. He said, I speak up for my daughter because she can't. And he meant more than just she's too young to really understand these issues and process them. He meant there's fear, and that our young people today really, they're not in a position like you are, like I am, like Charlie was, to risk professional reputation or blowback or cancellation, what have you, by Yeah, but no one's factoring that in, right? Like that's even as a politician now, you must have seen your risk profile go up, but do you really think your life is on the line when you're out there talking? As a public figure, I've always known it's a risk, but it never really felt like a real one.
Not until the last year. Not until the last year. But I think that we've taken a dark and twisted turn in the country where this has become normalized. If this were shocking, this would be bad enough if this were an event, Megyn. If this were utterly shocking that none of us saw this coming, that alone would be horrific enough. And yet the only thing more horrific is that actually it's not that shocking. Charlie saw it coming. He talked about the culture of political assassination at a time where people thought he was hyperbolic for saying so. Right? And the ultimate devastating irony, it was his clarity of vision that he ended up suffering the consequence of what he saw for our country. Is it that surprising when you have two assassination attempts on our current U.S. president, which in his case, thank God, he didn't suffer the same fate. But I think the thing we got to understand and wrap our head around here, I think today is, there's going to be a long conversation to go around how we turn around the policy, the culture, the environment in the country where we get back to the...
And again, if we're going to turn this culture around, it has to be from the bottom and the top at the same time. I know we say this all the time, but I don't think we even say it enough. Do you want to continue watching this or jump to the next thing?
Yeah, we could go. How much more do we have?
10 minutes of this and
Yeah,
about 12 minutes of time till we are calling it a night.
yeah, but I mean, how much more
on the video?
we have to cover?
Oh, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
Okay.
15.
Okay, and that doesn't count any updates overnight. All right, so you get the idea.
Unless we want to just finish a little bit more of this and then call it a night. You sound exhausted.
Well, it's hard when No. I was good up until that point.
I know this is hard.
I hold that baby every day. Jacob's only 9. I won't be here forever. And I don't want anybody telling me, oh, well, if we gave them a good foundation or their parents or whatever. I don't want to hear that shit.
I don't
I ain't
blame
gonna
you.
be here to protect them.
I know. I know it's really hard. Vanilla's like, yeah, this is some tough stuff. I feel you on this. And you see it, and again, I'm coming at this clinically, but when this is over, it is when it hits. I am in professional mode as I would be if I was working with a patient. And it's
I
not easy.
told you, I'm all over the place from crying to being pissed off to fucking want to hurt somebody to wanting to try to make change somehow because I see it. And I see how little time I have.
I know.
And the next time I go in, I don't know if I'll come back or not.
I get it.
We're fucked up. This country is fucked up every which way but Sunday. I keep saying it from every area. We are messed up. And yeah, it's got to start from the top and the bottom. But you cannot have leadership that does not show the bottom how to respond. You
Yeah.
can't take somebody that's at a low level. I don't care what take away money, race, whatever. You cannot take a low IQ functioning, not even IQ, that's the wrong word, a low functioning person and try to elevate them into positions of power in our schools, in our local, state, city, federal governments to make decisions for millions of Americans. You can't do it. It can't be done.
Well, they did it with Kamala Harris, and she got as high
Yep,
as the vice
exactly.
president. And
Yep,
look what happened.
yep.
This is just absolutely 100% unacceptable. I absolutely agree.
We need leaders. And the problem is, you get one or two that are decent leaders or have the, and again, I don't care, pick anybody, pick any of your content creators, Crowder, uh, who's it, Joe Rogan, Tim Pool, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, you had Charlie Kirk, and name any of the big ones that are out there. Benny Johnson. You don't think Benny Johnson isn't worried about this shit? He has four
Yeah.
kids. He has 4 kids. They're all media people, obviously. Go to who we have in Congress, start naming names, go to the Senate.
Mhm.
We need leaders that are going to lead, to put the best efforts forward in the country. And it's not happening. We have people in Congress right now that are out and out defying what the American values are.
Yeah.
And when they are beholden to other countries. We've identified 5 out of, is it 12 or 14 district judges in Washington were born in other countries. Some of them have dual citizenship. Do you really think they give a good shit about America?
Nope. Not at all.
Every single one of them have blocked every single thing. And again, I don't care whether you like what Trump proposed or what you didn't. They've blocked everything. They had 165 lawsuits ready to roll the day he took office.
Yeah.
So anything that he did, they were going to put a roadblock up. And on some of this stuff, yeah, it went to the Supreme Court. On others of it, we probably won't see it till it probably won't even make it to the Supreme Court in time. And if the Republicans don't get their shit together and win 2028, you can bet your bottom dollar we're stepping backwards. We're going back.
I know. I know. It's like as we've evolved in some areas, we're regressing in others. And I've been complaining about it for a while before I even knew Discord. Hell, back when I was still in high school, I was pointing this shit out. But it's only getting worse. It's only getting worse right now. It needs to stop. All of it, all around, it needs to stop. Um, it just, this is, it has gotten way too out of control. America is better than this. We are just proving our enemies right.
That's correct.
That is all we're doing right now, is proving our enemies right. Why are we doing that?
That's a good question.
Why?
Because people in Washington have too much damn power, too much money.
Too much time on their hands.
They need everything that we've discussed, term limits, can't play the stock market, have to have some type of physical and potentially mental exam in order to even get in.
But they still would let him in. Look what they did with Biden.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't tell me he passed the mini
He didn't.
the mini mentals that
No.
they give, let alone a thorough dementia assessment.
Yep.
There's no way he passed them.
And isn't it funny how that report never got leaked?
Yeah.
Why
But
don't you
there's no
go ahead
way.
and read the comments and then we'll call it a night.
All right. We got a few coming through. Art says he didn't give his life. His life was taken from him. There is a big difference.
100%.
I already read Vanilla saying this is some tough stuff. Understatement. Stryker was responding to Art. Never mind. That's a conversation one. I cannot even pronounce that word right now, so I'll post it. Um, um, Crown Target says saw some recent stats. Allegedly, upcoming generations are about 40% illiterate.
That would be correct.
Stryker says third world takes third involvement, not violence, but filling the vacuum. Also from Stryker, people in Washington are bound by their contract and have no idea what silent constituents want. And then he adds, ask generals or history buffs what it means. I'll have to Google it. I know I've know it. It's just my brain's not working. Like I said, I'm on 3 hours of sleep right now. My brain's shot. Bad wording there. My bad. My brain is misfiring right now because I am exhausted. Like I'm beat. And interregnum. Okay, interregnum. I'll have to Google it to refresh myself tonight, but my brain's just totally misfiring. Um, I just can't right now. My brain, like, y'all have no idea the shit I have been seeing and sifting through, trying to bring you guys the best of all perspectives, not just one side, not just the other. We're working on this. Dee has been busting her butt on all of these. I contributed a handful of these. Dee is who brought us most of this. So y'all need to give a shout out to Dee for what she's put into it.
You don't have to. That's
No, they need to. People need to.
no. I'm research. If that's the case, you're the backup tech support that got it edited and.
I like background work. I like not being recognized for what I do.
Yeah. We both do. It's a team effort.
It is. And because you do the research the way you do, I don't have to do as much. Striker's giving you a shout out. Whoop dee.
Thank you, Strike.
Lots of smiley faces. 100% in a sun.
Oh,
I'll have to check that website out when I can. All right. I think It's time.
We're going to call it a day. Yeah, no chit chat tonight, guys. I'm done. I got baby bottles in the morning.
Yep. Well, I'll go with y'all stay safe, stay sane, stay sober. I'm praying for everyone in the United States, whether I agree with them or like them or not. I'm putting out prayers every single day, throughout the day. I really pray y'all are doing the same. And I'll save y'all my religious lecture about this. We could do that another day. But y'all, we'll catch you tomorrow.
So tomorrow will be part 3.
Yep, part 3. Peace out.